All right, C1x Updates, episode, I don't know, maybe 11? Maybe, well, no, we got it pulled up here. Episode 12. This is episode 11, last video that went up. I was going to quickly scroll through this to see where I left off. Yeah, we had these graphics in place. Those have not changed to date. This has been the big thing I'm working on, and so I think, what did we get? Yeah, so we got this appearance. This was 6 days ago. So put a few more finishing touches on this. Made some improvements to the data carrying over to those graphics, which were these guys. Still haven't changed much yet, but I did push this to test for myself during a round. Had quite a few, I guess, notes for myself. I'm good at speaking today. Tested it during a round. Realized that there were a lot of things I didn't like about it. So updated the progress view a little bit. This view still largely looks the same. You can see that the distance and grade aren't defaulting to certain values right now. We also got a nice little progress view up top that will fill in as stuff is added. Also, now when next shot is swiped, all this stuff resets. Data is still saved. Lots of improvements to this. I tested it during the round and the putting wasn't quite working, and sometimes this view would shrink itself, and there were all kinds of weird bugs with it, but that's all been fixed. Also, flight options changes based on the release angle that's selected. So we got those added into this. I did have unique colors for all of these. They're not purple anymore, just because I added the color up here. I kind of wanted to keep this stuff simpler, more simple. This is still not going to be this view's final appearance. I'm kind of debating turning everything into cards like these are, just so the appearance is consistent throughout. I don't know. Still kind of TBD. What I'm hoping to work on today is get some more graphics in for... Let's go ahead and erase this. I did also, I guess, kind of skipped over it, but just changed the appearance of these. Previously, it was just a dark background, and then the text was colored. But because I'm keeping this stuff a little simpler down here, I'm trying to make this all, make this part colorful up above. So that's the goal. Anywho, let's go back. So trying to add some stuff here. Not necessarily altering these graphics for the time being, but maybe that's going to come soon. But I've got a set of graphic ideas still that I want to get into the app, and I'm hoping to at least make a little bit of progress on those today. I'm getting my notebook set up just because I think there's going to be a lot of stuff I need to remember to write down. This may end up being a short video, maybe a long video, I don't know. TBD. We'll see how we're feeling. Going to be using ChatGPT pretty heavily for this as well, for the initial graphic creation. And there's going to be a lot of stuff we'll need to do on the back end. This is the structure of, let's get rid of those, of how ChatGPT wanted my data to be set up here. So we're going to set those up, and then we'll see what I still find confusing at that point. And then put heat map data. Okay, so on your full shot heat map data, what are arrows and weight coming from? I can easily determine the left, right. seems like the widget should be able to determine those itself from the miss percentages provided. Also, possible full shot misses needs to include a missed release angle and wrong disk selection. What else we got? Shot types, true. Remove shot types as data. I am capturing shot type specific misses in a method widget. Do not need to be broken out separately here. Also, what are distance bands? For putting, update the widget as well based on these questions. Yeah, now for putting, how does my putting look? Do I have that broken out up here? Not quite. Missed. Putt accuracy. I'm not really calculating that right now. Is it down here? I don't think so, right? No. But deep stats calculations is including it. Not quite sure what's going on there. This is the printout from when I actually calculate the deep stats right here. This is in my round display view, so this is from this view where I'm calculating them. Data needs to be changed substantially. Each putt will get a how am I saving putt accuracy? That's probably step one here. Putt location, putting location. Unchanged. Update disk. It's X and Y values, okay. Good, and that an X and Y value is all that will be passed to this widget. I think. Determine circle and make putt intensity and radius go away. We'll include an X value 0 to 1, Y value 0 to 1. Circle to make. All right, let's get it to update this. Yeah, that's great. Perfect. Okay, this will be easier. Let's go back to my scoring and all of this stuff we are gonna scrap, largely just scrap it. So that's one structure. And then for putting, we're going to provide this structure. And then this is the full new widget. So let's go not here, miss breakdown graphic. Looks like this is the whole thing. Okay. Miss breakdown graphic. All right, and then this is what I need to determine. So we're going to go final map string map string, and then this is going to be dynamic. Get rid of that, and this is going to be miss breakdown map. Yeah. Deep stat, shot type, release angle, flight paths. I see. Okay, so we need to open up labels here. I'm going to need to provide unique labels for this. Execution grade, stats labels. Yeah. Miss breakdown full shots. Shots label. Miss breakdown shots. Breakdown putts label. All right, so we're going to use both of those. And then here we're going to have, this is going to get a little dicey. Well, maybe this won't be too bad. We're going to go deep stats labels dot miss breakdown shots label. Misses. Do I need its own label for that? Do I want its own label for that? Count label. I guess here I can just go miss distribution label. Yeah, that's fine. Miss distribution label. It's going to be that. Also have a, and this is going to be a, but it's misdistribution and successful distances. In addition to the list string of all misses, I also have a list string of successful distances and a list string of unsuccessful distances. In the map and captured in the widget as a part of the visual. Yeah, we've got that. This distribution label, successful distances and missed distances, comma. Let's throw this here. Updated parent widget, aspect ratio. Oh, and so that's just this. Yeah. Just the aspect ratio. All right, so we're going to replace this. And then it wants me to replace painter here. Got one error. Full shot. Oh, not the, just the putting. Putting one needs to say full shot gets replaced. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so that's gonna look like this. We're including distances. And then for putting, let's look back up here. Full shot. Miss breakdown shots label. Here we're going to get a deep stats labels dot miss breakdown putts label. I should be able to capture those. I have an X and a Y value. So what I guess is I do just need the labels for these. No, where am I at? Where am I at? All right, a static const putting X label. Putting X. Putting Y label. Static const putting circle label. Const putting made label. Putting made. That's going to be a bool. All right, so this one should be a, well, this is going to be multiple though. Let's break down putts label. So that's going to be this. And we're throwing this in here. Do I need another label? Static const full putt breakdown label equal to full putt breakdown. All right, we're gonna go deep stats labels. Oh, I was creating labels up here. You're right. You're right. Const full putt breakdown label is equal to deep stats labels dot full putt breakdown label. Okay. Const putting X label is equal to putting Y label. Putting made label. All right, and then those are what we're going to use here. So this will be, what did we just call it? Full putt breakdown label. What's the best way to do this? data, you said to provide it in this form. If I initialize this variable as throw data, and then we go putting puts. Right, like that. In the bracket. Okay, that's good to know. Make sure we have that in there. So yeah, then this is easy enough. I think that's our basis. So let's get rid of these. Now I'm not actually calculating any of this yet. Do I want to get to that yet? I don't necessarily need to, I suppose. Let's call this miss breakdown graphic. Come on. There we go. Okay. So that's going to be our graphic. The call is going to be pretty easy. I'm setting it up in a way where the only thing I'm ever passing to it is the data in this format. So really it's just setting this up, and then within the within my factory here that actually produces it, just adding it there, adding it down here. Flight path, those types don't matter. Is that stuff I save at the end? Save till the end? So we're going to do graphics first, map, structures, and single round calcs. Which is basically what I just did. And then we're going to actually calculate data and maps, update, miss patterns, sure, deep grade, round timeline. So then we're going to update deep stat org. Hey, and then we'll update the widget factory. And then, yeah, ensure data goes through to round display. Okay. So this will be a step in the right direction. Let's close this out. We can get rid of that one for now. Get rid of this one. Get rid of that one. Okay. So I've got the miss breakdown. Let's get rid of this for the time being. I'm not going to do all of these just because there's some that I'm not sure what I want them to actually look like. But this one is important. This one will go. All right. Let's go to ChatGPT. Let's do a new chat. And then I need you to put together a Flutter widget. Meets the below description. It should receive a single map buggy format. Let's go up to my maps up here. It's going to receive this. I'm pretty flexible on what data I can provide the widget. Just provide a breakdown of the data this widget needs and what its structure is, matching my type above, so I can calculate and provide the data accordingly. And I'm sure none of these are going to look great the first time through, but the goal as always is just starting points. Individual stat graphics, we got miss breakdown. This is going to be deep hole breakdown graphic. Okay. All right, so widget receives this, yes. Outer map. Each hole in true. Distance shape. Structure above will be passing a single distance, not a band and shape. I'm not passing a miss arrow. You can infer that from the miss. Also, the miss will be a list string, so it can include multiple options like left, right, short, long, release angle, long disk. Get rid of landing icon. If you want an icon, the widget determine that from the landing zone. Same comment on shot color and release icon. Get rid of score. Shot, that doesn't make sense. Total strokes and hole par below to determine a hole score. Get rid of circle hits. Miss execution grade. execution grade and int. Is there other data I should be providing? Release angle. Add the option to receive a footing. Shot could be bad footing, good footing, stand still, or blank. Whole power penalties. Yeah, it's probably fine. Alright, so we'll get the new structure and then I'll have it create the widget. Let's copy this into here just so I'm ready to actually put it together. Great. Now build the widget. And this widget should be, I don't know if I actually set it on here. I want 6 whole columns per row. So its own column with the graphics you indicated. Should fit to meet any number of holes. Graphic can scroll, so a height constraint. Yeah, that's fine. We'll see what it does with it. Round story. That's one thing to call it, I guess. Deep hole breakdown graphic. Yeah. Provided me with quite, well, I guess not that much code. Felt like a lot of code. I guess that's everything. All right, and so then I just need to produce this map. So we're gonna go to labels here. This breakdown map, this will be a map string dynamic. Deep hole breakdown map. Okay. And then that structure was an individual hole, right? Per hole format. Yeah. So here we'll get a hole number 1. Probably has to be, I guess, a string. Shots data. Not count. Static const. Deep breakdown. Individual shot label. Deep breakdown individual shot. All right, let's go const deep hole breakdown individual shot label is equal to stats labels dot. It's not exactly short, but I suppose it'll work. And so here we're going to get, I guess we'll get rid of this. This becomes this. And then we're going to add one of those for each. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then let's go static const end of whole. Do we need a shot number? Okay, sure, that's fine. So we've got, there's a whole shot type label. Const end of whole release angle label. It's being real slow right now. I'm sure ChatGPT is not helping that. All right, distance, execution grade, miss. Distance. Execution grade label. Miss landing zone footing. To provide these, okay, so it's, I guess, going through and updating all this accordingly, which is good. And we do need the flight paths label. Whole flight path label. Okay. So this is going to go away. And then we need the const end of whole shot type label is equal to labels dot what is that suggestion? Distance label. Execution grade label. Shot type, release angle, distance, execution grade. Miss distribution. And then landing, footing, and flight path. Okay, that'll work. So this is going to be the same thing. I've essentially got this structure, and that's the structure that we need to add. I assume it's done at this point. So we'll copy this. I won't worry about renaming it yet. Perfect. Okay, now. Oh, and then total strokes. I forgot about those. These guys. Okay. Whole total strokes label. Static constant. Whole par label. Party size was its suggestion. Good lord. Penalties and scramble results. Whole scramble label. All right, total strokes par. Constant whole total strokes. Par label. Penalties label. Scramble label. All right. So we got the penalties. And then what I was hoping to ask here is individual shot label. Whole total strokes label. It needs to be we can do that. That's fine. Initializing this structure like so. Is there a way to create a reusable template so that information after a round I ensure that each value is included, i.e. a template for each shot. No. All right, maybe we'll disregard that for now. I almost think I need to leave that in just so I know what I'm adding. I need the full putt breakdown, which is those. Yeah. Okay. Deep hole breakdown cradled. create shot template. This is gonna get a little dicey. I guess we're just gonna leave that as is for now. Yeah, okay. I'll worry about adding, I mean, it would be nice. It would be nice. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Create shot template. That's gonna go right here. Release angle, distance execution grade. Miss list string from miss. Landing zone, footing. And then we've got flight path. Flight path is just a string. Path. And then flight path will be flight path. Miss does need to be that. Okay. That should work. All right, and then let's shrink that. Give me a, I'm gonna come up here, let's go create put miss template. And then this is gonna be create shot breakdown template. All right, and then for putting miss, we have putting X label, shot, putting Y label, putting circle label, and putting made label. Get rid of those. All right, and then here we're gonna go double X, double Y, string circle, and putting made, bool made is equal to false. All right, X, Y, circle, and made. So I think I can just use those then. Then we'll have to do the same thing down here. This is going to be individual shot type label. Takes the colon out, I don't know why. Individual whole release angle label. Whole distance label. Whole execution grade label. Whole miss distribution label. Landing, footing, and again using the using these labels here, these strings, just so I don't have typos in the future. Whole flight path label. Cool. And now I should just be able to call those down below. That'll make it a little easier. And then, yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and use the create a whole template. Might as well. Whole. Did I create a label for that? Oh, it had a different one. Deep hole breakdown. Deep hole breakdown individual shot label. Total strokes label. Hole par label. Penalties label. And scramble. Scramble label. Perfect. And then we can use those down below. Which this would be easy to ask ChatGPT in the future as well if I need to. We can get rid of this. So I at least have no errors. And honestly, we should probably just try and build these two out so I don't get more lost than I need to be. I think so. All right, so we got graphics, we got the map structures. Calculating the data is going to be next. For miss breakdown. So we'll start with that. We're always going to come down to the deep shot data calculations here. So I do the misdistribution for each of these. But we're just kind of doing general at this point. Shot types, release angles, flight pass. So let's go down here. Let's go misdistribution. If flight path values. All misses and I just add them. Yeah. If the whole shot miss key is not equal to this, we're going to go miss breakdowns map. Got to remember my structure here. Deep stats labels. Miss breakdown shots label. Shots label. Miss distribution label. Dot add. We know that exists because I added it, so we can do that. Okay, so that should work. And then how do I determine successful distance? If fairway hit and is key shot on hole. And I determine that way up here. Is key shot on hole. So I already have his key shot on hole. So then we'll go if shot distance key is not equal to if fairway hit and is key shot on hole. misbreakdown map, successful distances label. Do I determine shot distance up here? I do. We already have shot distance. So we're just going to throw add shot distance. All right, and missed. And then here we're going to go else if fairway hit is key shot on hole. Yep. And then, yeah, missed distance is label. Okay, so that should be it for the shots. That should be it for the shots. Now for putting, we got to determine if it is actually a putt. And that's something that's probably going to come up again. So for each shot we need final is putt. And how do we determine that? Shot type doesn't get entered there. Last landing area can be equal to, what do we think? Shot. It needs to be per shot. How am I doing that here? How do I do that here? Not misses. Shot type key. Count. Whole shot. Length is greater. Oh, so I can do it based off of length. Yeah, this is good. This is good. So then here we're going to go var is putt equals true. And there it becomes false. That's easy, because I already had this set up to determine whether or not it was a throw. This is looking at the length of the deep stat data for that shot, because putting only has 2 arguments, and shots have, I think, 6. All right, so we've got an easy log there. Is a putt. Shot miss key. Penalties missed just no, not up here. Is it settings? Settings is what I'm looking for. Here we go. We got shot miss. We got putt accuracy. 2 different things, importantly. All right, so this will come down here, and then we're going to go if putt all shots data, whole shot, putting accuracy key. If they don't enter putting accuracy, then it doesn't matter, right? Because we're doing a heat map here. So just putting makes doesn't matter. If they don't enter that, then I'm showing the same data I would be on this this breakdown anyways. We don't need that. So only if putting accuracy is null. If it is not null, meaning that it exists, then misdistribution label. Ooh. No. So this becomes miss breakdown puts label. Yeah, we are going to have to. What was its guidance here for? Oh, I closed out. I think this became a miss breakdown map. And this goes dot add. Put miss template. How do I add it then? All right, open it up again. Okay. So then evidently what I need to do is come up here. We'll just copy paste. Let's go print. Yes, that's exactly what I want to see. Put accuracy is what I'm looking for. Doesn't show up once. Yeah, you can come in. Alright, so I was going to try and print out the putting accuracy so I can see what format this information is coming in just to verify it so that I can do what I need to with it. Putt accuracy is very clearly not null in some of these. Like I can see that it's not. But if I print it out, it's showing that it's null every single time, even though. Did I change putt accuracy? Oh, hold on. Deep stats settings, putt accuracy key. Putt accuracy. All right, let's print it again here. So here I print putt accuracy. This, putt accuracy, this. But it's telling me that putt accuracy is null. This works up here. Shot, putt accuracy key. What am I missing here? I am running these print statements like so. Put below makes sense. It seems to me that putt accuracy should be. There is no colon. Why is that happening? Why is that happening? Let me go to my round scorecard. We'll go all the way down here. I don't think it's this. It's equal to value. I think it should be getting saved fine. Confirm bar unconfirmed is a new hole. If main landings is not equal to blank, great. Yeah, I'm definitely missing something here. Definitely missing something. E value. Print. So slow right now, autocorrect is not functioning. Okay. Can't quite figure this one out. Give me another reset. I don't really know. We can try this though. Let's go C1. Backhand, distance, whatever. I hit next shot. That's my temp detailed shot data. Okay. Well, let's say we drag this over here. I go next. That's my temp detailed shot data. Putt accuracy should be getting saved appropriately. So what's the issue? Why is that not happening? Should be working exactly the same as everything else, and it appears to be. Combined map key and value, joined by a comma. What is all shots data coming from up here? Deep shot data. Oh, is it something to do with that? Return all shots data? Return all shot data, here we go. Deep shot data. All right, let's can't quite figure out what the issue is here, so that's fine. Let's reset. Results. Miss, main landings. What is the issue? It's definitely something to do with this this formula. The below function is returning this result. Where'd it go? Note that putt accuracy something's going awry in this. here we go. Else this. Then we do that. We'll get a little confirmation here. So will this work then? Yes, rewrite full function. Put accuracy should not be a nested map. I just need it to be processed like everything else, where the result after the first colon is a string. Yeah, there we go. All right, that becomes this. I'm not going to print. And then if I go back up here, print put accuracy. Let's give this a test. We don't like that. 345. I think that broke something. What did that do to my shot miss key? Is that what it was called? Was just miss? Settings? Just miss, okay. But how come I'm now getting this error on this line? 345. Note that all shots data holds the return of the function you just provided. I assume that doesn't do the trick? No, it does not. The issue is that this line of code wasn't throwing an error. You rewrote my function. What did you change? Man. So if I do this, this works fine, right? That works fine. This function is what I had at the start. It throws no type errors for the shot miss key. We need to update this to accommodate my putt accuracy structure without messing up the shot miss format or how it is handled. Do we think this will actually do it? I don't know. We'll find out. It's changing the values. What? I'm so confused. And what it changed it to is wrong. Continue. Why did you change how other keys were handled? Quite confused right now. Quite confused. I would like to at least fix this issue. But I am not sure how. This is how a result looks for my original function, which works for everything except putt accuracy. This is how a result looks for your rewritten function. All right, let's try it here. Okay, we'll try this. We will try this. Values are corrected now, which is great. Okay. So then let's say we get rid of this. Did it actually fix putt accuracy? It doesn't seem like it did. Man. Seems to have the other calculations working again. Should putt accuracy. I'm still running these string prints and getting the below output. Why did you do that? I know I'm relying on ChatGPT here, but I do hate how it phrases everything in the... You coded it this way, as if it's not, the error's not with its code that it provided me. Oh. I don't think I'm gonna like it, but we'll give it a try. I implemented this, still get this. The key in the map is put, because that's what you've created it as. Data that I'm passing looks like this. Yes, rewrite, but all caps, but only for put accuracy. Again, do not change anything in the below function that affects the other keys. Pretty please and thank you. All right. Once this works, I'll probably call it for the video. Didn't make a lot of progress here, but we're getting there. Still getting this above print statements. You keep good Lord, come on, help me out here. What is so confusing to you is, once again, the format that my data is coming in as. If there are any issues with how the put accuracy key set up in the result, it is because the function that you provided me is not working. Has nothing. Please stop acting like you are discovering the same issue with every response when it has been the same issue over and over again since we started. Just turning into a rant against ChatGPT. Okay. Okay. Losing confidence here. Doesn't seem like it worked at all. Not even a little bit. Gapping below output. Do you notice how shot type, release angle, now go away. Set up all followed immediately by a colon. Why does your function not do the same for put accuracy? Place commas, entry if key is S, if key is put accuracy. Okay. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. This is still my output. Print key. Just give me that. You know, like maybe that's an issue here. If key value is less than 2. Definitely getting to the bottom of something here. All right. Disk, put accuracy. in your function, if I print key value like so, I always get So should this work? Uh, S3. Below is what the entries value looks given whole. No, you are wrong. Put accuracy is yet. My entries value does look correct, but even for shots where putt accuracy should not be null, I still get null for the print below. Again, note that all shots data is results from this function. Don't. Wrong 3 times in a row now. Below is where I'm printing entries and then handling putt accuracy. This is the only code you should be concerned with. It is still null even if putt accuracy should not be. Please, please, please. Now we're just frozen. Nope. Always encounters best for it encounters putt accuracy. Holy cow. All right, new chat. Chat GPT is a mess right now. Absolute mess. Print. I have an entries variable with the below structure. For all of my values here, a function produces a map from the entries where every key, shot type, shot distance, flight path is set as a key, shot type, value on the other side of the dash as the value. So for S1, shot type map would start like shot type BH. The function works for everything except for putt accuracy. In this example, putt accuracy should be null for S1 and S2. S3, I should get .14. Update the if block here to ensure this is the result I get. Note that sometimes putt accuracy will only include an X value or a Y value, and this needs to handle in the same way. Maybe that works. Maybe. Let's give it a try. It's not always null. What if I do this? Okay, now we're getting nulls. Null can't be assigned to type string. think that's what I do in the rest of these. We're just going to continue. Continue. Instead, I'm doing this. All right, reset. Then I get a whole bunch of null values. Okay, that's fine. Print this out. Still all null values. Oh, which as always is quite strange. Put value never gets printed in the below code, even when entries looks like this. Haha. Now we're working. Now we're working. Okay. This was a struggle, but we did it. Where was I even at? We were working on misdistribution, and we realized that I didn't have any putting data. If I come back up here, now I'm actually getting the putt accuracy. Yes, that's right. Oh, man. Oh, man. give me a function, a string in the format below, or just x. And return two values, x, 1. Parse put coordinates. All right, and then up here, values equal parse put coordinates. Returns map string double. Yes, this needs to return a tuple style pair. Yeah, that's what I need. That's what we need. Holy cow, this has been a struggle. This has been a struggle. All right, so back up here, and then we've got our x and y values. X, whatever. Call it that, it doesn't matter. And then this needs to be xy values 0. It's not defined. Fine, yeah, now this works. Value, y value, x value, y value. Painful. Painful. All right, so we're still on misdistribution here. Still needs to be determined. And we're going to copy that here. So what did we actually do today? We got a couple of graphics produced by ChatGPT. Haven't made any edits to those yet, but we did at least get maps put together. Outside of the circle and made, we have the stats calculating for the miss breakdown graphic. This feels like the worst C1x episode I've ever done. I think this is just me arguing with ChatGPT. Whatever. Next step is going to be to figure those out, and then to put in the calculations for the whole breakdown graphic that we also put together. Get those tied in, up and running. Keep plugging away. So, yeah. Sorry for anyone that watched this, but we'll call it there for today. So, who knows? Maybe we'll see you in the next one.